told you Freak listens to the same song every day, not lying.
Yeah.
Like, if he finds a good song, it's on for the whole day. But we have a match.
I had a song on repeat for a week before. It's called Pop Song.
Oh, dear.
It's a good song. Damn it, playing outside the room. Can we open the door and just have that one play through real quick? Can we just have that happen? Can we just troll the community? I think that'd be a great idea. All 30,000 of you. The Europeans are awake now and are like, what the heck is going on in America? What are you doing? Is this why our servers are down? Because we have to listen to Epic Sax guy, man. So double lift is in fact Garen. So yep, Dyrus going to be supporting. Double lift actually going Flash Ignite means he might be a solo. Corki, yeah, Garen could be no. I don't know. Garen could be solo. Garen could be duo.
They're doing a conga line over here.
Yeah, man. They basically tried to see if they're going to get jumped on. They're
right.
Not. So TSM afraid for good reason. Their level 1's pretty good. Malz, Nunu, Misfortune, Jarvan, and Alistar all great level 1s. But you got Garen and Taric. Like, that's pretty much instant level 1 win. So, rocking that one out. Oh, you know what's really cool? I can still right-click to get move sounds.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Yeah. I can right-click to get move sounds. You jellyfish? You jellyfish. Flag comes out. Nope, no enemies found. Looks like he's actually going for the flag first. Rain Man's probably a good choice. Spawna was... What the... Okay, look at this. Rain Man is at level 1 with 87 armor.
Wow.
If he presses E, he goes up to like 90-something, almost 100. Yeah.
That's deceiving for a solo lane. So, he should be... for a double lane, you're going to be able to do tons of damage to somebody. So, that's going to be really good.
Yeah. Pretty powerful. So, that's going on. He's not going to die too much. In this course, he's going to be fighting Garen, so that makes sense. Looks like actually going to be the... Oh, because it's roam Alistar, right? So, he's going to be soloing bottom. And TSM's going to be just roaming all game with Alistar, and Nunu's going to, of course, have that Ice Blast for fun stuff. Especially taking a lot of damage here, actually. Those little lizard guys doing quite a bit to him. But Misfortune going to be soloing against Corki up top. Looks like it's going to be Garen, Taric versus Jarvan bottom. Thankfully, without armor, he'll be okay against Garen, of course. And Garen will just last it the best he can. He should be okay with this. Doing a good job last hitting right there, picking up 3 in a row. Yeah, Rain Man rocking out a nice 87 armor whenever he walks by that flag. Makes him quite durable. Got armor everywhere.
So they are going to let him solo bottom.
Yep, Alistar's roaming, dude. I mean, he might come back down.
Indeed.
But
right. Yeah.
Fortune versus Corki top could be extremely close. Wow, Fortune going for the push, and yep, and oh, that was a nice move. He actually double upped right there. Oh, he missed it! Oh, he missed the pulverize just barely. That was close. That was...
Wow, very early attempt for at least a 3-man gank. The jungle pulled himself out quite quickly. Hasn't really been able to do too much. You can see Warwick actually standing right behind to make sure nobody comes back on that one. The clairvoyance over to the left there. You can see they are going to be able to be aware of what's going on in the river right now. And Alistar back to roaming. Has to be careful since they didn't get a kill on that one. He's going to be lacking a little. So once he goes to each lane, he's going to have to soak up a little XP, go down to the bottom lane at some point in time, and continue to get that with Jarvan. But right now, Jarvan soloing against Taric and Garen down bottom. You're going to have Chaox and West Rice farming it up top. TSM, Chaox, and EG West Rice going back and forth with the long range. And right now, Jarvan just doing everything he can to stay next to his turret. That farm is a very good distance for him right now. It's exactly where he wants to keep it. Just out of range of the turret. There's 2 shots. There's a kill. And it looks like Jarvan and Garen and Taric don't want him to get too many farm kills, so they're going to be able to push those minions as much as they can and as much as possible right now. Warwick going for his blue right now. Vladimir and Malzahar just trading some shots in mid as Jarvan has pretty much depleted his whole mana as he continues to hit right now, using his flag for a lot of defense and a little bit of attack.
Yeah, he's been using it to last hit pretty severely. There we go. Dyrus going to drop that Shadow on there. Double Lift's going to go in there with the damage output. And even with armor penetration of that 76 base armor, he takes decent damage there. So puts the shield on, keeps himself a little bit more alive. Gets a good, 100 points or so from that shield. Pretty much all of it used. A good or decent job so far. So, oh man, Chaox getting jumped on by West Rice, but Special's nearby. There's the flash pulverize. West Rice going to go down right here. First blood, good job, Chaox. Special's sitting in that brush the entire time. Baited West Rice out. That was a great play right there. So Chaox in good shape, rocking that Misfortune. Randman still chilling at bottom. Another stun in from Dyrus. Dyrus will use some more damage, but the Shadow comes in as well. Ironically, those Shatters, after he landed the auto attack, so we didn't get the minus armor for the auto attack, which is a little bit silly, but hey, whatever. Special and KX going to push themselves back. KX will actually peel back. First blood gold means a lot of gold, and he's going to get at least boots and probably a lot more.
Yeah, indeed. That's what I said. You know, Alistar's going to have to roam and soak up XP, but that kill really helped him out there. He's able to get back into the game and help himself out. Jarvan still bottom, has not left his lane yet. He does have a shield. He's going to be regenning health, so that's going to help him out a little bit. Also gives him some more armor, and that's 8 health regen for 5. Doesn't want to get too close. The Dazzle coming out. He will go for the Shatter once again. Not too much damage there. Garen also not able to add on to any of that damage with his spin to win. So we're going to see these guys continue to farm, trying to go for the last hits. It looks like Taric dancing in the bushes. Doesn't really matter too much that Garen is getting all the last hits, because that's who you really want to give it to. Make Garen beefy and make Garen tanky. Yeah, exactly. 0 last hits.
Highest season game is this Garen, though. This Garen swinging for like 100 damage. Well, 83 is close enough, but swinging for a lot of damage. It's really hard to miss last hits when you have that much damage up. He's got a pretty decent attack animation. He's doing a good job. He even has an attack animation reset with that Q, so if he's got 2 things to kill at once, he can get them both. Just working out very well for him. It looks like they're going for Westrice again. He's not in great shape here. Audwin coming around the back as well. Westrice going to have a real big problem trying to keep himself alive there. Will Valkyrie pass that turret, and actually he's doing a very good job of that. So he's just getting himself away, but there is the blood boil from Nunu. Westrice going to probably drop down. There's the headbutt and a pulverize. And, Audwin will actually get the assist credit because of blood boil. So did not need to ice blast that. It will get the assist credit. Special now 1-0 as well. Nunu, yep, got the assist credit there. Special 1-0-1. KX 1-0. Westrice not doing so well. Looks like TSM's going to pull this one back towards their favor, which is too early to call a winner. But when your main physical carry is 0-2 with 22 minion kills, you're going to be in bad shape. Alistar has a Philosopher's Stone. KX could be harassed here by Dyrus. Dyrus is going to be a little bit afraid of Misfortune, because Misfortune can put a lot of damage output there. But he will at least leech experience until Corki comes back into the wave. Dyrus grabbing that XP. Going to be fine. Going to find Malzahar across the way, and Reginald could possibly one-shot him. Just puts the Malefic Visions on and says, yeah, that's good enough. Taric can, of course, self-heal and have really no problems with this. 120 health being picked up. Sauce level 7 with some spell vamp. Let's see who's winning in mid right now. Reginald, 49 CS. Sauce with 47. So Reginald winning ever so slightly. They're basically just two CS apart. And you know that'll be what it is. He's doing a good job so far, getting a lot of gold for himself. And he's pushing it down towards the turret, which is always really big. So now 55 versus 50. Sauce getting pushed back. He can last hit this against this turret though pretty nicely. Oh, and the Rayman actually managed to pick one up. He managed. Wow, he's actually 1v1ing Garen and got it really handedly, actually. Garen not getting a lot done. So I missed that entirely, but wow, that's pretty good.
Pretty sure Garen took a few turret shots, kind of got in way too close, went to silence Jarvan is what I'm guessing to happen. Jarvan actually, you know, took that to his advantage. His cooldowns are on. The silence doesn't last that long. Jarvan was able to stun him up within that. No, okay, I'm totally wrong. It looks like Double Lift has DC'd from the game. Yeah, having a problem with an internet connection. Yeah, he definitely does. Fortunately, it hadn't happened for a few games, but it seems to be plaguing him again. We'll have to see how quickly he can get back in. I'm going to reiterate the rules of DCing, as that was agreed by all admins and sent to all players, so it is widely known that DC is up to the player, and it is up to them to get back into the game as fast as possible, regardless of the time that the DC happened at. And another good kill up top is Chaos and Xpecial working together with the stuns and a little bit of the slow from Mrs. Fortune to Misfortune, not married, to help him get that.
Alright, well, KX did a pretty good job there. Last hits quite high. Rocket 67 actually top on his team by 1. So top in the game, actually. Yeah, TSM is the 2 highest last hitters, but right behind is 1662 on Sauce and Double Lift. 4-0 the kill score, though. Team SoloMid doing a great job for Westrice, 0-2. And now, yeah, Warwick dropped 1 and Double Lift died earlier to a DC, which is extremely unfortunate now. Double Lift has, you know, a lot of that farm there, and now suddenly he's not in the game. And that makes things really unhappy for him.
Let me see Taric down bottom by himself. He was out of lane, so that's going to help him as he's getting that solo lane back. Alistar now still roaming all around the map. We can see some wards being placed up throughout the river right now. And there's also one down by Wraiths for the red team as well. So they have some pretty good view on what's going on. He knows Alistar's coming. You can see Corki backing off towards his turret right now. He's got to get those minions, but still, Alistar's kind of right in his face. And Warwick is going to start heading over from the ward that they have in their bush. As it comes down, it's going to be a 2v1 situation. If they can get to Alistar right now, but again, the wards helping each other out and are helping the team out, and they will be able to move away from that cautious situation.
Let's see, over towards the middle of the map, we see Chaos grouping up with Alistar. I don't know if they're waiting for Golem to respawn or what, but they're in kind of a weird place. They're just spotted by this ward that won't really matter too much. Alistar running towards Baron and saying, you know, there's no one to kill, never mind. Going back towards mid. We have this weird, there's these movements coming, kind of going around the map. They're not really moving towards anything in particular. It's kind of like, let's move around on the rivers, let's kind of see what's going on, let's get some scenery, and then just go back to lanes again. It's kind of weird. They're kind of like milling about and not getting anything done with it. I'm sure there's some reason that I don't understand, but, you know, they're doing what they can. Taric still chilling at bottom lane. And actually, no one's been opposed to him for quite some time, because Jarvan's actually instigating in the jungle. Dan didn't get spotted again. This is pretty good for the Rain Man, I think. He's actually going to win this fight. And yeah, Dan did getting quite low. There is the ult. He will flash out. Rain Man, worst waste splash. Really didn't need to. That was silly.
Yeah.
But at least they will get Golem for themselves. Oddman doing a pretty good job here. Ice Blast coming out. Rain Man, pretty happy with this.
Yeah, they're going to be able to pick this up, steal it away from them. That'll be very nice. There's a little bit of jungle control this early in the game is definitely going to hurt Warwick. He really relies on that to spam his Q, get his health back, really come back into the jungle and do some damage. Taric still down on the bottom, doing what he does, farming it up, gaining his mana back with all right clicks. And it looks like the CV has gone down somewhere. I do not know where that is, but they are trying to get locations somewhere on the map. And he will go back and start to do what he was doing. Looks like Jarvan and another are going to try to take out Dragon right here. MF is going to blast her ult at some minions and start to get a push onto this turret. She wants to get as much damage as she can down. And we're going to see if she can do that.
Taric still unopposed bottom lane. I think this is still a pretty big mistake from Team SoloMid. They have left bottom lane for about 2 minutes straight. Rayman will come back down. It was a good move to go ahead and steal Dragon, but it meant that Dyrus got 40 minion kills from 0 not too long ago. He's kind of getting himself back into this game. He's actually tied up with level of the Rain Man. I don't know where Double Lift went, but he's kind of chilling in base with a Doran's Blade. Not the best situation to be in, of course. You see Dyrus going for a little bit of harassment on the Rain Man. Did actually break through his shield, and he's going for the damage output here. He's going to last hit some minions. Should be a little bit afraid of the Rain Man. It's going to be okay for now. Has a nice amount of armor, of course, thanks to his Shatter Aura. And hey, Double Lift is back.
Hooray, WB.
WB, yep. Warwick is chilling out with Magus Razors and a Vamp Scepter, so that's going to be a pretty fast Brittle's Lantern. Going to be able to see what he does with that. And let's see. Well, some nice damage there. Rain Man doing some good stuff.
Good shadow there. Trying to push his lane pretty heavily, though. He really has a good idea, I guess, of what's above him. Not too worried about what the deal is right now. Rain Man getting that armor pen down on the minions and taking them out quick. And he's just going to wait for his minions to get back up here. A pretty big push onto the turret. And MF will go down as Warwick was able to come in with the ultimate and help out there in that situation. Great job and good team control. Good focus by both of them and not worrying about the turret. You got to know what you can do and when you can do it, and it really takes an advantage. We got some pings going on down bottom. We'll see what's happening. Garen spins to win, but spins to live on that one. He was trying to get away. And looks like the odd one was coming in for a kill with the plaid buff, double, red and blue. And he is going to be pilling back to base. Alistar trying to do some stuff on top. Corki still pushing his lane as well. I think, what's our highest level now? 10? 10 is the highest level. We got a few people on that around the map. 2 on each team at this point. 3, actually, for Team SoloMid at this point in time. And we're going to have to see if they utilize that. Everybody's going to be level 11 before other people on the map. They have Alistar roaming. So you can see where that's really coming into play for the solo lanes right now.
Yeah, this is working extremely powerfully for these guys. So the turret just putting out work up there, going to drop down that minion right there, just continually just doing great things for himself. And let's see what these guys can do. Looks like the Rain Man going to push up a little bit, maybe be a little bit afraid of double lift. And actually, no reason to be afraid of double lift, but he does have a lot of Doran's Blades. Going to rock out the Mercury Treads and probably go for a Brutalizer next out. And we'll see if he goes for Bloodthirster or if he goes for Sunflower Caves next. Just depends on what kind of damage output he's looking for. Unfortunately, Rain Man not getting a lot of these minion kills here. Going to last hit them as best he can, though. Yeah, getting these kills out, and bam, another kill right there. Rain Man doing what he can, ready to keep farming at bottom lane. Rocking only 76 minions. Double is still there at 76, and of course Dyrus got the 50 while he was DC'd, so Garen could have bet like 120 if he wanted to. Looks like Rain Man is not ranking that shield much at all. He's going mostly for that flag and the Q, which is just, you know, the damage output build, of course, and so get some free armor all the same. would have been cool to see Jarvan and Taric on the
Whoa.
same team, just giving the entire team like 60 free armor at any given time. But they're moving on. Dyrus is positioned to flash out, and he will indeed do so. Dan Din now in the middle of everything. He could be very dangerous. Salson here as well. Rayman jumping in. This could be very dangerous. Dan Din will flash out, and they would basically waste a lot of flashes and not get a good fight in. So let's see what's going on. Sal's pushing through. Westeros has come in as well, and EG is ready to push mid. But TSM's ready for him.
They are gathering together in mid, as you said. X Special, Rain Man, and Reginald all trying to put defense onto that tower. As it looks like they are dispersing. They've kind of brought them all to mid, and they're like, hey, we could probably do some dragon on this right now. So EG going and taking advantage of that. They are going to start to back off a little bit as they see him coming down and leaving lane from the view of the minions. Reginald on the other side of the bush kind of sees what his team is doing. There's a clairvoyance and that top bush right there coming out of the hands of TSM, so they are utilizing that to pretty much control this area right now and not allow them to do dragon right away. They have pushed them off of that 15 minutes and 50 seconds into the game as we come up to 16. 4-1, so 5 overall kills in the map, and 4 of those are all to TSM right now, doing a very good job of controlling the kills and pretty much the creep score at this point in time.
Yeah, it's a great advantage right here for Team SoloMid. EG is going for the dragon, and it has been warded just barely. But they don't have a good way of going in on this. Odd1 could flash and go for it, but I think Dyrus will do a good job, and Dan can smite that one out. They will get that kill, so, you know, no dragons have been picked up so far for Team SoloMid. I believe this was the first dragon for EG. Yep, they're calling out the dragon respawn times. No turret kills either side. 4-1, again, is the kill score in Team SoloMid's favor, but the dragon does equalize roughly 2 champion kills worth of gold. Look at the minion kills, now that Double Lift is back. We got basically 3 at 100. And 2 breaking 100 pretty hard. Rayman coming a little bit close. I think the gold is in EG's favor, just overall. And the levels are a little bit bad. 11, 12, 9, and 9 versus 12, 11, 11. Oh, here we go. Fight's going off. Westeros has been caught right there. Music special. Putting out the damage. Westeros not in good shape. He will flash and Valkyrie, and he will die anyway, though. Malzahar's damage just a little bit too hard for that. And now it's 5-1, and they have a lot of advantage here. They can take a turret from this.
Here it is coming up in the middle. And they will... No, Garen seems to be going straight top. He was kind of seeing if anybody was trying to hide in their jungle around Wraith area or go for Warwick, but they will not. And like you said, they may be able to take a turret here, but it looks like they're going to play it cautious. They can't really see where most of the team is right now. Jarvan finding Garen, Brethren in the middle, or in the middle river near Dragon, that is. And they are going to disperse back to their lanes. Jarvan feels like he's going to soak up some XP in mid before as he walks right by. And no, he's going to decide to stay. It looked like he was going towards top bush, but they're not going to let Vladimir stay. He sees Garen down bottom, and he's going to go have to guard that tower as well. So a lot of back and forth in this game. Like you said, people just milling around, figuring out where to go, and where the real first fight is going to be initiated.
Yeah, now we see Odd1 actually chilling out towards the top, or rather, you know, up towards the middle, tried to maybe get some anti-jungle going on, but he ran right into Vladimir, and Vladimir said, nah, you're not going to get too aggressive on me, I'm going to keep you back. So Nunu goes back down towards his side of the jungle, and he's going to go ahead and just creep out a lot of these wraiths right here. He's going to go up, just picks that one up pretty nicely for himself. Ice Blast coming out, doing what he can. Oh, I see. So Dan said before this game they're going to counter jungle be hard this game. They're basically forcing him to jungle Warwick by taking Nunu and banning Amumu. So Dan has to work because he's going to get counted on. Amumu is not in that game, and so he's doing what he can. And you know he's doing okay with this. So a little bit of jungle ban pattern. Odd1, of course, the aggressive Nunu jungler, and Warwick, of course, able to stay pretty sustained. He's going 1-1. He's going for an Aegis next. He's got everything but the recipe. And that's going to be really big for that team. And they only have one auto. Well, they kind of have an auto attacker in Taric. And Garen, but not really. I'm trying to think if they wanted to go Starks or not, but not really going for it.
Nunu again back into the jungle after showing up top, and he is going to blood boil back to his position. Not seeing any buffs in the jungle. The whole top jungle is clear for TSM right now, and they just have red and Golem down bottom. Looks like she will go for the slow there. Easy Valkyrie away, though, if he really needed to in any type of dangerous situation. And on either side of the wall right now, Dan and Nunu looks like they're going to go face-to-face here. Does he know that Alistar is on the other side? He gets his Q down, busting through the wall, going for the pulverize, standing on top of that percentage damage, and it looks like he will get quite hurt. Malefic Visions is not going to help him heal that much, and he will go for the attack onto somebody. Nunu ulting in the bush. Not many people are going to see it unless they're in the bush with him. Vladimir getting taken down. No Sanguine Pool for him. Corki coming into the fight, possibly picking up a double kill here if he can get the damage done. A very nice pulverize by Alistar to stop that Gatling damage from shredding through his teammates. And he is still going to be making out alone or alive, that is. A very nice ult by Jarvan. Rainman coming in, and what you thought would have happened for TSM really went in the favor of EG there.
Not really. EG lost 3. Team SoloMid lost 1 guy.
Oh, yes, correct. I backwards that.
Yeah, Team SoloMid did a great job there. It was a really good sniper shot from Westerice. He managed to ult and tag Reginald at the very sort of middle of that fight. But then he sort of kept limping in and just sort of getting picked up. Great play from Alistar overall. He's been really dominating this game, dropping out lots of assists and kills. Basically just CCing out everybody who ever matters and making them die because of his spell casts. So doing great stuff there for himself. And you know, Warwick had a good original ultimate onto Malzahar. They got him pretty low, but then the damage output came back, and it just hurt.
Yeah, it's really tough when you're fighting on top of Malzahar's pool. Kind of going to shred everything you have, and he's going to be able to take out blue here. I believe they're going to give that to Malzahar quite easily. That would be the smart idea. Jarvan can pretty much use his mana sparingly and use it when necessary to stun up, initiate a fight, and go into his ultimate. Other than that, he's just looking to use his shield, and the Q is on the flag, so you really only use it, like I said, sparingly in certain situations. Garen looking to go bottom, going to get a good push on lane here. He has got quite a few creeps to farm to himself, and he's going to be able to get the last hits on all of these as they are. He is the only one there without any minions. He will start to back up, though, so it kind of slows down the lane, and he allows more minions to come out to him. He doesn't want to push himself out of position, and that is one way to start losing the game. And as you see, Malzahar coming down to stop that farming from happening. A very good choice by Garen to stay where he was in the fight. 3v1 situation up top, suppressed by Warwick, and it does not look like he's going to make it out of this one alive. The Gatling just spreading as much as it can, and a long-range Q coming out of the hands of Warwick, able to get that one down. Dan Din picking up a kill for himself. 8-3 right now, still in favor of TSM, and we have one turret down on the bottom lane. I think mid,
so
and
Garen
mid, 2 turrets, sorry.
Yeah. So Garen maxing out Q and E, doing a lot of damage. He's only got that 1 point in courage, but he's doing a ton of damage there. He's going for a fast frozen mallet. So basically, he jumps into that fight with Q, lands a giant slow and a silence, and then spins. And that guy is slowed, silenced, and taking a ton of physical damage. And Garen gets to do a ton of work with that. And you know, because he's going to get a lot of free armor magic resist eventually with courage, because he's got a ton of bonus health from Doran's blades and this frozen mallet, he's going to be rocking a lot of health, pretty good resists, and just pain everywhere. So. It's doing pretty good stuff for him. He has gone Ignite as well, so he gets to just drop a guy very low on health, and then ult him at the end, and it works out quite nicely. And again, 21 offense doing some work there. Has the tier 2 boots, those Mercury Treads, and that'll be good things for him. So, Reginald just still spamming down on these minions, has not seemed to max Q right there, so he's not doing so much damage to these guys. He's been maxing, I believe, the pool and the null zone and Malefic Visions. Moving down onto this turret. This should be a turret kill, the first one of the game for Team SoloMid. They will get that as the first time they've ever gotten global experience in this game. Dan Din soloing this dragon. This will be their second. They've already gotten 2 turrets as well, so significant advantages right now for EG, but they're just not winning in terms of champion kills. So that is always a
good back goes on fire from Dragon.
Yep.
Forgot about that for a second. I was probably looking at the other side of the map. Lord knows I do that all the time. And then usually look at my character when the screen is flashing red to find out that I'm 10% health and about to die.
Yeah.
So we'll see what these guys can do. Looks like they are focusing around that Baron area. Not to go for it, but just gathering together for a jungle push. And they are going to head back to their jungle, actually. Garen kind of pursuing here, a little bit random by himself, but he's just kind of doing some security check on where people are in the jungle. He does have Taric behind him for a dazzle. Face checking the bush. What are you doing, Dyrus? He will be taken down quite easily. Not really necessary for Jarvan to hop on that one. TSM grabbing the kill, but nonetheless, they are able to come up with that quite easily. Some cooldowns are down now, 5-4 situation. If they try to go into that next fight, they will have quite an upper hand here. It looks like they will try to go for this mid turret that is about half health. And they probably should be able to grab it with the amount of force they're coming into this turret with, and a nice minion wave behind them.
Yeah, so they're going to push arm through. A lot of damage going out of this turret right now. They're going to pick that one up quite nicely. And they're ready to keep going. So they're down 2 dragons. They're up 6 kills. They're tied on turrets. Corki's still pushing top by himself, but he's going to pill back right away, being very afraid of taking too much damage. Team SoloMid looks like they're going to bring this one to a game 3, because right now it's 1-0 for Epic, right? I haven't missed something suddenly. So Team SoloMid bringing this one back to their favor. They're basically winning by a little bit right now. Look at the minions. We got 100, 100, 100, 100. Oof, it's still close. You know, top frags, 190 versus 180, 150 versus 160, 110 versus 140, 70, 70. Honestly, EG's ahead in minions by a little bit. I don't know if their gold per second is much higher. I mean, they've got 1 Philo, 1 Turtle Shell versus feel some of the different characters. I mean, I don't know. I think TSM's actually got more gold per 10 items though, so it's really hard to gauge who's got the most money here. But I think just Team SoloMid overall is just slightly winning, and that's pretty much what's going on. So Special pounding his way in there, doing a lot of damage with his passive, just killing out these minions. You see Garen still chilling down towards the bottom. Corki versus Nunu. Pretty good stuff there.
Yeah, Corki getting backed off there. Jarvan coming into the fight, and I don't really... Oh, they do. They have 2 wards in that jungle right there. Let's do a Fog of War and see what they're able to see here. And pretty good vision across the whole blue side of the jungle. They do have 2 wards going on throughout that situation. There's one. I believe I saw another one somewhere close.
It's not their ward. They don't have any wards.
Oh, indeed. All right.
Their wards. Yep. No, their vision sucks. They could see Baron, that's about it.
You're right.
And like one random path.
Indeed. And then you see the wards pop up, the reds. And that will be EG's vision right now. There's one right there. And there's the other one by blue. So they're able to see quite a bit right now. West Rice feels pretty confident about his positioning. He's able to get some shots onto this turret. Really just worrying about Nunu. And Dan Din looking to get a suppression on Nunu right here. But probably not until he gets his ult down. Does that suppression stop the Nunu ult?
Yeah.
Yes. All right. Good to know.
EG doing a good job. They're actually invading on the jungle. They're going to get this golem for themselves. Good stuff there. They got to be careful about Rain Man. They're going to get that just in time. Rain Man is going to go in for the initiate. Will knock up Dan Dan. This is bad shape for him. He's going to flash over the wall. KX has gotten the kill on double lift, but Vladimir is still down there to fight him. And let's see what they can do. Dan Dan taking a lot of damage onto the face. Alban getting a really good ult off as well. And there's going to be a lot of dead EG members here. Vladimir will barely get that kill onto KX, but KX has already killed double lift. And, you know, it's 3 kills for 1. That team fight over there was 2 for 0. And TSM's going to go for the Baron. So Team SoloMid, 12-4 now. Going to go for this Baron kill. They're going to have a really good chance of doing this. West Rice still running down. Going to go ahead and go for turret kills right now. That'll work out alright for him. Saul's going to pill back. KX definitely not in great shape for this. He's going to get probably ganked out. But TSM will be able to kill his Baron. But he will probably get a turret for all his troubles. So, I mean, it's the best he can do, really. TSM's going to get this Baron for free. Pick that one up. Corki going to be able to pick up this turret just barely.
They're going to join up with his team as they move down. Corki going to try to get out of this position here as the Baron has been picked up. Will he go into base? No, just kind of flying across it. This is one of those moments it seems like it takes forever. He's going to try to get away here. He does have his Valkyrie to jump over a wall if he really gets into a sticky situation. Possible flag going into the bush, but he goes the other way, flashes over the wall, and still in sight of the team, though. Coming up with the double Alistar combo, and he will be able to get stopped there. Reginald on a killing spree, and that is only going to help him more, but he finally goes down, dropping 475 gold. That is to Garen, so that is going to be very nice coming into the hands of double lift, and they are able to take out Alistar before he goes away. A nice attack there. Dan Dan getting the Q down on a special, and a few kills for a few kills. The Baron still in the hands.
3 for 1's good. I mean, they got the kills on really important targets. They killed basically all the carry types. I mean, Misfortune and Nunu are still up, and they're a great duo. Of course, they have a lot of physical damage output, and the you know, the haste and the slow is great. But Saul's probably going to be okay with this. He can just keep spamming out on these minions, still healing himself up. Yeah, the Misfortune W is going to hurt his healing gain a little bit, but he's just overall in great shape right here. You just see Saul just farming out health right there, using that Q. 166 health back on just the return, and you know, a little bit more from that spell vamp. So they're in great shape here, and you know, he just pulling it back a little bit. Of course, losing Baron is a pretty bad thing. 600 global gold for the team, so that's 2 turrets and a Baron. That's for Team SoloMid. Epic-Gamer has picked up 2 to 3 dragons, 2 dragons, 4 turrets. So they're still ahead in turrets by quite a bit. Their overall gold gain actually still globally is much higher. Down 6 kills ain't too bad. The Baron buff is nice, but that's kind of wearing out. Their levels are really good. 16, 14, 17, 11. And the 15 there. So they're all gravitating around like level 15 is the average roughly. And you see, yeah, it's actually pretty close there. Vladimir's already level 18, first in the game. And they could do some stuff with this. I think they do have their ultimates up, so they could jump onto a special. They're going to get this turret pretty much for free. And that's going to help TSM quite a bit now. They can run towards bottom, get some turret kills there. Dragon is back up. They could go for that one. That'll be a really nice advantage to gain. That'll pretty much put them ahead in the gold count. And that's a decent team to go for.
Yeah, doing a pretty good job. I think Nunu is the only one with the Baron buff at this point in time still. And yes, he is. So everybody either was dead during that Baron buff or went down during the time. And as you said, we can see EG grabbing that, making sure that Jarvan doesn't come out and flag it. They just pull it out a little bit. Great strategy there, and they're able to move back into the jungle, start to do a little invading. Wards are going to assist EG with this one. I see they have a few out, but not really on their side of the jungle, so they're just invading right now blindly in with all 5 members of their team.
Okay, Westfish putting out some wards into the jungle. Garen's still spinning around, doing some good damage. Of course, now that he's been leveling up, he is getting some bonus armor and MR from Courage. Oh, here comes the fight. KX has been found. KX going to take some damage, but the ultimate going off onto Dan from Malzahar. Dan getting pushed across the wall, actually. That's going to hurt him as he has to walk like through a turret, and that's just a lot of pain right there. KX will go down, though. Wow. Switch up again. Jarvan has jumped in there. TSM losing 3, though. EG in pretty good shape here. Now it's been 3 for 2, but they're going to get this kill onto Jarvan. Will Westfish pick it up? No, he gets pushed back, dies to the turret, and Raymond won't die. He didn't chase down hard enough. So they just made that 3 for 3 really, really unfortunate for those guys. And, you know, Oddwin's still alive with that guy, but Sauce and Dyra still running around. Sauce probably going to have to back up there. He should be very afraid of Nunu Jarvan. He's going to do what he can, picks up some more health and gold. Oddwin running around is going to pick up, does have oracles, of course, right now.
Yeah, I thought he was actually going to blood boil and try to chase that, but, you know, he just pulled away.
Can't chase a Vlad, really.
Yeah, exactly. He's a very good escape artist. And he is going to get away from this one, seeing that Jarvan spear go into the bush. And he will start to head the other way. It looks like he may be caught here. Dara's found by Jarvan. This is going to be a lot of damage here. He did not get the armor pen down yet. He's just doing regular damage. There it is. Not really going to be armor pen since he stunned him up in the air. The Q was not on the end, and he will start to do a lot of just attack damage. That tanky DPS coming into play. Very nice job as Dyrus goes down, getting caught by himself out of position. So a good push here. These guys playing some camaraderie, typing in chat and game. And looks like we have some control on the jungle right now. Back to TSM. They're able to roam around their jungle without really having any trouble at this point in time. Going to get the farm up, push this lane up, hopefully get all the way to the inhibitor turret on this one. With one of their members being down, they're still going to try to be aggressive here and show EG that they came to play and that this game can still be theirs.
Absolutely. So Team SoloMid, though, just pushing through onto mid. They're in really good shape here. And, ooh, they're going to catch double lift. Almost. Rainman, he could actually probably flag toss to ult and probably catch him in there, but we're going to have the follow-up there for it. Dan taking immediate damage here from Malzahar and Jarvan. This is looking really bad for that Warwick, but as soon as he's on silence, he can ult in and do a lot of damage here. Oh, looks like the kill went off on Malzahar, and there's the ult onto a special. Not really the target you want to go for, those Sauce in the middle of everything. You know what's going off. That's going to be a really, really strong ultimate. Damage output is there. KX does go down. Double Lift doing great work, and oh, they're all dropping right now. Odd one of the only ones left alive. Looks like Special. The Rain Man has been spotted by Dan. That passive going to give him some nice power there. He's going to jump on a Sauce. Will he pick it up? No, not in time. Sauce will get that Q off. And wow, that was just a 4-0 just wipe right there. And Westrise has been pushing bottom the entire time. That was a 4v5 that they won by getting 4 kills.
Yeah, it was kind of ridiculous. It looked like it was going one way, and then just it kind of spun instantly.
So I just want to point something out. Garen, not bad. Not bad. Hey, forums. Garen is kicking ass. Okay? Here, look at this Garen. 4, 3, and 6. Crushing faces. Crushing faces is Garen. Garen is not bad. We do not need to fix Garen. Garen is good. Okay, back to the game. So Corki and Vladimir running around with a Taric in tow, doing some good stuff. By the way, we also didn't ruin Vladimir, apparently. Just saying. Misfortune down the bottom lane. Oh, by the way, Misfortune also a good champion. Moving on through, Misfortune doing a lot of damage here, picking out a lot of these minions down. This inhibitor has fallen. Epic has pulled himself into some great situations now. They're only down 3 kills. They have killed an inhibitor. They've been getting every single dragon that has been in this game. And Garen going to peel back to the base, probably pick up a Force of Nature, and transition on to probably get some more health and damage. I'm not even sure what he's going to go for yet. He could go Warmogs, I suppose. There's the Fawn picked up. In 30 minutes, we're going to have 24 hours straight live stream.
Yeah. Who does that? We do.
Darn right. And there we go. Double wards going down. Oddwin picking those up with the Oracle's Elixir. Another ward goes down for TSM. Going to try to scout that out. 3-kill advantage still for Team SoloMid, but they have not been able to win a team fight in quite some time. They won a lot of early fights, but oh man, they've been doing great with that Garen in the middle of all of that, even with the DC, just getting themselves back into this. They need to be a little bit aware of wards, but actually they've got the ward advantage, so they see a special running through here. They see the Corki coming out for the damage. Dan getting jumped on. The first first every single time, and oh, that's some pain, but he gets the ult onto Reginald. Sauce in the middle right there. Sauce goes down extremely quickly, though, but looks like Taric getting ready to die. That will go down. Special quite low. Will get dropped by Dan, yes, and Double Lift as well. Looks like KX not in good shape. Gets ulted by Double Lift. Raymond go picking up that kill onto Corki. Double Lift going to chase down as best he can. Does he have that decisive strike up? He does not quite yet. Warwick putting the damage as best he can. There we go. Double Lift going to try to go through there with decisive strike. Can he land it in time? I think that one timed out. He gets the silence and the slow. He got the lizard buff as well. They're trying to chase down onto Rain Man, but they're not quite able to do it. Still running away. Looks like 3 for 3 was that fight. And Warwick and Garen versus Rain Man and versus Jarvan and Nunu. And yeah, they're just gonna go for this turret right now. Double Lift and Dandin pushing on through. Of course, they have the bonus attacks that they can give to Garen at any time. He's just crushing down to this inhibitor. That's gonna be 2 inhibitors down. They've already gotten one of the Nexus turrets. And the top one, of course, dropping down to some minions. They do not have time to push down at the top. As everyone else is respawned, Alistar is back. And so is the rest of the team pretty much. Just waiting on that Corki at the end right there.
Let's see if they get back into here. Taric and Vladimir coming out of base. Looks like they're going to try to get towards that. No, they don't even have to get towards top turret. I was looking at the wrong minion wave. They do have one Nexus turret down, as we have said. And it looks like they are going to be able to push this quite strong. You know, the team fights start off with so much damage from TSM. Very bursty right in the beginning, happens right away, but then the constant damage just continues to come from Garen, continues to come from Corki, continues to come from Vladimir. And having that constant damage is really helping EG just get through all these matches. Then you have Dyrus right on the outside going, hey guys, here's a heal, we're back in this fight. And that's really what's winning them these fights. They have great focus. They're taking out the people they need to right away. And it looks like they're going to focus on Baron here in just a few minutes.
They've been killing Malzahar right away every single time. They're doing a very good job of that. Sauce not in great shape. Rayman gets a great initiate in a 5v2. And Sauce has not cleansed anything in time. And he got picked up for free right there. And this is going to be possibly a team fight win for TSM. There we go. Damage coming off on the Rayman. He will get dropped. No, he will flash out just in time. He will not die. 77 health. EG, though, taking tons of damage thanks to Malzahar, thanks to Nunu, and oh man, Double Lift running away as best he can. Dan trying to run away, but he's very low as well. Westbrook needs to not limp into this fight too hard. There is Dyrus, and looks like everyone's going to actually get away from this just barely. Dan with a ton of movement speed thanks to Jarvan staying nearby. Westbrook does pick up that kill. Yeah, Rayman did not need to limp into that. He basically gave away a kill right there. Reginald getting the kill onto Dyrus. Cool stuff, but 2 for 2. That honestly should have been so much better for TSM than it was. I think Rayman honestly just like screwed that one up. He let a bunch of guys get away. He should not have limped back into that fight. Not that he died, but that he actually let Warwick get away, and that he let actually he did die. I take that back. He died and let Warwick get away. So that was just a really silly thing to do right there. Even if he did give the kill away, give the kill to Taric, it just was not worth it in that situation. Top turret, by the way, down to 400 health right there. Next turret will regen, not a big deal. The inhibitors will start respawning pretty soon for Team SoloMid. The middle one. Actually, the bottom one's going to respawn. That was the one that Corki backdoored a while back. The Restorer is actually stealing the lizard buff away from Team SoloMid. Good play there. Has some nice items there. Last Whisper, Trinity Force, Man Immune. Rocking 250 AD and a lot of armor pen and some just good procs right there. So he's going to wait down the bottom lane. He sees, of course, that Odd One and KX are waiting there. So they're not going to let anything happen. But, by the way, doing some cool stuff there.
It looks like these guys are going to pick up Baron here. It's just reaching the 40-minute mark in this game. 22-19, very close in the kills. The turrets are also quite close. We have 2 inhibitors dropped, which one just respawned for EG here, or TSM, I should say. And it looks like Corki will be able to grab that dragon as well. So they just got 2 global golds, and they're going to be picking up a buff. And Corki gets a little experience from being next to the dragon as he takes it out. So a lot of gold going around, 750 right now in total.
Yeah, well, 750 for TSM
yes,
still. They've gotten Baron in what, 3 towers? Yeah, 1, 2, 3, and a Baron, never a dragon. I think that's now 4 straight for Epic-Gamer. And we saw this where they were losing team fights, right? They were not in good shape. Most recently, Team SoloMid had picked up Baron. But the thing was, is Epic had gotten every single dragon. They had gotten more turrets, which means even though they were losing those early team fights, every single champion on that team was actually beefier than you would think. And those dragons had led them to a very advantageous situation where they were all really actually quite beefy. And let's compare the supports, right? You've got actually, well, Special's not so much a support. He's 4, 4, and 13. But let's compare, right? Dyrus to Xpecial, right? Shirley's Reverie, Merc Treads, basically both sides. Okay. Xpecial getting closer to Trinity Force and a Chain Vest. You got a full Banshee's Veil and a full Spirit Visage. Like that's pretty good for having less assists and less kills. Like Dyrus is just pretty much just up there. And Dan didn't, even though he had a bit of a rough start. I mean, it wasn't a bad start, but he's not in the best situation.
Oh no.
Jumping onto a special right there, he will be able to ult. A lot of damage coming out there from Malzahar. Dan going down despite 200 magic resist. And here comes the damage up, but Salt's in the middle of everything as well. Double F doing what damage he can, but no one's really dying right here. And Double F's going to go down right away. They've not really picked up a lot, but the Nexus from West Rice doing what he can. There's another flash trying to get out of the way. One more hit, and they will move on! They will take the top 2 seed. Top 2 seed going to EG. Team SoloMid dropped in the loser bracket. Epic-Gamer proving themselves the best team. Pretty much proving themselves the best team. Bam, right there. Team SoloMid dropping down. Still guaranteed a spot.
An in-house BD in the park back door. You couldn't even see it happening. Everybody was like, wait a minute, where's the focus of the fight? Oh, look it's West Rice taking down the Nexus.
Yep. So what we're going to have tomorrow, outside of the European matches, we've talked about the European matches a couple times here, where we've had Europe rocking out the... Actually, going to go ahead and take this mouse over and scroll up.
Take it up.
So